Hey y'all, it's your girl Claudia Jordan, and we are back with TGIF. We're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, and get ready to sip on this hot tea. Please welcome Al Reynolds. What's up, Al?
What's going on, Claudia?
I am good. I got my drink tonight, and please, our special guest host for the week, Flame Monroe. What's up, Flame?
What's up, Claudia? What's up, Mr. Reynolds? How are you
What's
guys?
going
What's
on,
up,
Flame?
soulmates? Hey, I'm glad to be back. Round two. Let's go. Let's spill some tea, tell some dirt. Wait till Thursday. We should call this show Wait Till Thursday.
Oh Lord. Okay.
What's going to happen Thursday?
Wait till Thursday.
You got a surprise for us or something?
I do.
All right,
Okay,
Flame. Are you drinking tea? What are you drinking tonight? You don't drink, right?
Well, I had an interview early and I drank a couple of sips of red wine, but this is tea because my sinuses are acting up. No, I don't
Okay.
drink.
Al, you back on your buttery Chardonnay or are you back on your tequila?
No, this week is too eventful for me not to be back on my tequila. I'm doing a little tequila ginger ale. It's so bad I don't even have any ice in this cup.
I'm drinking hard tonight too. I got Fireball, and Fireball make you black out and just forget about what happened. So we're gonna drink and have fun tonight. Let's turn it up. Let's have a little fun tonight. Listen, the people come here to have fun
Yes.
and be entertained, and let's give them what they came for. Let's get to these topics. All right, y'all. Halle Bailey announced the birth of her baby boy. She shared a photo on Instagram with a caption, "Even though we're a few days into the new year, the greatest thing that 2023 could have done for me was bring me my son. Welcome to the world, my halo. The world is desperate to know you." All right, what are your thoughts on this, Funky? I'm sorry, Al. Sorry, I remember we had such a big deal with Funky on that, and it's still in my mind.
Get your man right, Claudia. Get your man right.
I know it's been 3 years. Al, what do you think about this?
Well, you guys know on this show how I feel about black love. I just love any black couple. This is a young black couple. They're in love. That feels great. We said though right here on Fox Soul that she was pregnant, and I distinctly remember reading the comments, and the soulmates and everybody else was saying that she was not. Her sister even jumped in the chat and in on this conversation, so that was interesting. I do want to give us a pat on our back though. We were the first media outlet that I remember saying that she was pregnant. Now, congrats to those two. I'm glad that your baby's healthy and that you brought them into the world in 2023 as new parents. But I got to be honest, this makes me feel kind of weird, like how they did it, why they hid it. And for whatever reason, you could be a mother. You can decide if you want to reveal your baby when you want to reveal your baby. Maybe you had some scares during your pregnancy, but this reveal still kind of feels weird to me and a tad bit uncomfortable. I don't know what the point was, but I will continue to support these two in their new mother and fatherhood.
Bettina Lester said, "I respect her privacy." Flame, what do you think about this?
Listen, I watched The Little Mermaid, the cartoon and the movie. I'm just going to say that The Little Mermaid came out the ocean and got her some legs and some penis. I ain't mad at her. Get you a piece. First of all, she's a beautiful woman, and we looked at her as a little girl for such a long time because she started as a little girl on the internet. She has grown into a woman. What that baby will give her in motherhood is turning her into a woman, and it's going to give her a set of jugs. Because you see what that baby did for Keke Palmer? Keke Palmer ain't never had no breasts, and she can't stop showing them now since she had a baby. So congratulations to Halle Bailey and her husband, and their new baby. And it's a beautiful baby, and she is such a beautiful woman. And every interview I've ever seen her, she looks lovely. So I'm happy for her.
I remember this being a big deal in this show, and there was a lot of demands for her to share her business with us. And I remember being very vocal about that. She doesn't owe us anything, and I still stand by that. I don't blame her in this day and age with so much negativity and hostility towards everyone feeling like you owe them a piece of your life. You're a celebrity, yes, you are a star, and she's also a Disney star. And I'm not mad at waiting until the baby's here. I mean, I've changed my attitude about things with revealing certain things because of just what the backlash tends to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it may be weird to us, and we have the right to have a feeling about it, but we don't have the right to demand that someone shares with us before they're ready. So I don't really have an issue with celebrities lying in this regard about, no, I'm not, or it's none of your business, especially with her being unmarried, her being a Disney star. I think it's a little bit more complicated, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that she had a healthy baby, and that's the way you do it nowadays. That is the way you do it, because you can have a miscarriage or just not want to having negative energy being wished upon you because the world is an evil place. We have some comments. Ansel D'Angelo said, I'm glad that Halle finally came out with this so the speculation can end. I was so tired of hearing the rumors. And Plain Jane said, yes, Halle is bomb. They'll be fine. They love each other and have money. And Kendra, he said, I'm just so disappointed in her. I don't know why. I guess I didn't expect her to be that girl, but it just goes to show you not everybody is as innocent as they seem. Is she supposed to be a virgin because she's a Disney star?
Right. Listen, Snow White lived with 7 men. So I'm just saying.
Blame you crazy. All right. A woman's story is going viral after she revealed that the man she was sleeping with knowingly gave her HIV. Now, the woman who exposed him shared some text messages between the two. The woman wrote, Jonathan, how could you do this to me? My life is done. He replied, I just couldn't pass up on you. I wanted you so bad. Man, I really apologize. I wish it would have never gotten this far. Can you believe this sick story? Or is this one of those fake ass stories? Al, what do you think?
You know, it feels very fake to me because of the response, but you got to remember, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and Flame can probably speak to this. This type of exchange about HIV is 110% not funny at all. The rate of new HIV infections among Black women is 10 times higher than that of white women, 4 times higher than that of Latino women. And we make up 13% of the population in the United States as Black people, but we have 40% of our of HIV cases are Black people. This is simply not anything to play with if they are playing with it. And how the discussion happened is simply, it's just irresponsible. One thing I will say, though, whether it is real or not, I think the lesson here is for both men and women. We have to protect ourselves. We have to go back to using protection, because if not, we're not going to get these rates down.
I never hear people using condoms anymore. Everybody I know, I hear is just like, no one even brings it up anymore. Jonathan has since blocked the woman, and her family is suing him. Flame, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
Oh, first of all, if this is a true story, we want to send love from Fox Soul and from TGIF to the people who have been affected by this. You know what's so crazy is the way I was reading those text messages when you guys sent me the information. They sounded very young in the way they were texting to each other. There is so much information out here and so much literature and medication that can help prevent you catching HIV and AIDS. Mm-hmm. But younger, see, Carl, you said something to me that I didn't know. Our age demographic, some of us still use condoms, but the younger people don't get the literature. They believe that they are invincible. They can't catch it. And you can take PrEP. They got a shot for it that you can be UU, which is undetectable and untransmittable. But you have to take the time to research it. Yes, I love you, but love won't stop that disease. Yes, I'm crazy about you. The sex is fantastic, but love not gonna stop that. You can't blame the guy if he knowingly did that. But you, like Al said, we have to protect ourselves. You have to take the time to say, you know what, I want it. Put this on. And you know, a lot of men will say it don't feel the same. Well, if you don't get none at all, it won't feel anything. Put a condom on. Get one that put on my whole body. I'm telling you, come with a Magnum.
You know, I can't remember the last time a man initiated want to use a condom with me. I had to be the one that had to put my foot down and say, no, we're using one, or it's not happening. Like it's just been, I think people be like, oh, you look clean, or you look good, or I don't think. And that is crazy to think like that. Isn't that crazy to think like that?
Yeah.
How does it look? How does it look?
It looks like those text messages. That's what it looks like.
We have a comment. La Poetry said, that's foul. And if true, he belongs in jail. Al is right. Protect yourself. Yeah, it's actually on both of us now. We both have to have condoms if you want to go through with the sex. All right, y'all. Attorney Ben Crump is calling for an investigation after 215 bodies were found buried behind a Mississippi jail. Family members of the deceased say they were never contacted by officials. Flame, I'm going to go to you first. What do you think is going on here? And Mississippi seems to be failing time after time after time when it comes to Black people in America. What do you think?
It looks like the Jim Crow South in Mississippi has never ended. That is terrible, Claudia. Imagine having a family member, a son or a brother or a cousin in there, and you find out years later that they found them in the back. That is so scary, but Mississippi laws are not like the rest of America. And Mississippi and Alabama, they still have a lot of very prevalent racism long before that last administration. But they have a lot of racism down there. And you know what bothers me is people live in that and they are complacent with it. Speak up, be loud, but it is such an institution of racism in Mississippi. I don't know if it's going to ever change, not in my lifetime.
And that is, might I add, the blackest state in America at 38%, but they have somehow found a way with the gerrymandering to limit the voting power and the power of the black people there. So with all these outrageous things that happen, a lot of times nothing gets done. Al, what do you think? 215 bodies buried. And there's black people there that said they were missing. Mothers said they were missing their sons. And then they turned out that the police ran them over, shot them, and they buried them to hide the crime.
You know, that's just beyond sad. And what is my saying? Where is the outrage? That's my saying. Maybe one day I'll get a segment here on my own show. Where is the outrage? Now, is it surprising that these things are still going on in 2024? All the things that we've read about? No, it's not surprising. But I say, starting in 2024, we can no longer sit back and let this be the case. And I don't care what state you live in. You could be in Mississippi, you can be in Louisiana, you can be in Alabama. This type of stuff has to come to an end. This is an open field with a freaking plot. People not even buried correctly. From the report, they're not even buried deep enough into the ground, and they are assigned a stake with a number on it.
Al, I completely agree with you. Here.
Right. Why are we, Fox Soul, the only platform that's really giving this the attention that it needs? Why hasn't this been elevated to a national search on CNN? Where are those correspondents? Why are they not standing in that field and giving us an update to understand why this still exists today? Once again, and I'll say it 100 times, where is the outrage?
Well, I'll tell you why CNN's not doing it. As much as people think that CNN is a liberal platform, they were in fact acquired by a very right-wing billionaire a few years back. And you see all the changes, getting Don Lemon up out of here and all the black people that were on there and doing very shady things with them. That's why we have platforms like a Fox Soul. As much smoke as people try to have about Fox Soul, which is our own entity here, we are making it a point to discuss these things, and hopefully other people, other media will follow our lead here at Fox Soul, because this is something I personally submitted that we have to discuss. All right, Ladybug77 said, all black people of Mississippi get out of that state. Well, we can get out or we can take it over because we are the majority. Well, we're a very huge chunk of the population there. All right, y'all, coming up next, Alaska Airlines passengers were in for a wild ride. And later, Kanye West and his wife are back at it with their antics, and I am not here for this one. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
What's going on, Claudia?
I'm in the White House, and if I'm not on the show tomorrow, then something happened.
You in prison.
TGIF.
Listen to what you just said. You are broadcasting your show from the White House. If that is not the hope and the dream of the slave, then I do not know what is.
Live and interactive.
I just met the White House press secretary, and she knows me, and I think she knows me from T. I said, I have to go broadcast. She goes, oh, that's right, you're live. And I'm like, you know about us.
On Fox Soul.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We got a few new phrases the kids are out there saying, and I want you to tell us what you think they mean.
McMillan and Mara.
Donald Duckin.
I went to graduate school.
Every Thursday.
To avoid terms like this.
And this is what my life has come to.
All right, next one.
Cambridge.
Okay, Mr. Harvard. Proxy beef.
Oh, I know what this is. This is when you don't have a problem directly with the person.
How did you know this?
Because I speak English. Proxy.
Welcome back to TGIF. Shout out to all the soulmates in the chat rocking with us. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Thank you so much. All right, Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Torrei Hart, announced that she will be going on tour with Cat Williams. We're going to end with Flame because, Flame, you know about this field here, but we're going to start with Al. Al, what's your initial, gut reaction about this?
The shade. My initial gut reaction is, honestly, and maybe Flame could bring some context to this, I never knew she was a comedian.
Yeah, she wrote a lot of his stuff in the early part of his career.
So that's awesome. See, I didn't know that. So the fact, and Cat Williams made it very clear that he only invites new comedians that are better than him to join him and introducing them. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see her stand up. What do you call that? Her
stand up.
Yeah, her stand up. But this is my thing. This is really interesting and seems somewhat strategic that after he talked about it on Shay Shay, she then announces it. And I mean, he didn't hold anything back when he talked about Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart, he believes, is being a plant. And Kevin Hart getting all these opportunities because he's not, he didn't have to work as hard as the rest of the comedians. So it does feel strategic. But hearing you guys say that she wrote some of his earlier content, it only makes sense. And if she's good, I can't wait to see her.
I like to challenge folks that are watching because I think our initial gut reaction to everything is always like, oh, that's shade, that means something. And sometimes it's not what things seem to be. Torrei Hart was very instrumental. Anyone that knows the comedy world, I know the comedy world, she was down with Kevin before he blew up. And she used to go on stage back then. She used to help him write a lot of his stuff. I gotta say this, y'all. Kevin has had many tours and she's never been on any of them. So maybe there was an opportunity. She saw it, she went for it, and Cat gave her an opportunity before Cat Williams. Or maybe it is shade and they're
sound like shade to me, regardless.
Flame, what do you think?
I know Torrei Hart. When I had my show here on Monday night, she came. Torrei Hart is a bona fide comedian, and she earned it. I knew that she had wrote for Kevin. She writes for other people as well. I watched her on stage. She is comfortable. She is ready. She is there. And what opportunity is she waiting for? If her ex-husband, who's a huge comedian, didn't give her an opportunity, here's somebody else who's giving her an opportunity because she has proven herself. It may be a tad bit of shade, but I don't get that because Torrei you can't be shade and put somebody in an arena and they're not good. So she has credibility. She has credibility. And from what I hear, Cat Williams pays fantastic money and treats you A1 royally on the road. So hats off to Torrei Hart and hats off to Cat Williams. And call me Cat, I'm ready. I could be the other girl on the show.
Another reason why I'm not as quick to call shade is because they've had issues in the past where they were going at it and they have squashed their beef. So I think they're in a really good place now. So who knows? She may have talked to him about it. Kevin might be in on it. We'll know. Trish M said Kevin should have given her a platform so she doesn't owe him loyalty. And Ansel D'Angelo said, I just hoped Kevin and Torrei keep this drama away from the kids because it could get messy. That's true. And Tanya Christopher said Kevin should have put her on just because they're family by having his children and she was married to him. All right, we will keep y'all posted. All right, y'all, remember when we talked about Lil Nas X claiming he was going gospel? Well, he's back in the news for his new singles cover art. The artwork features Lil Nas X laid out across a cross, and social media is not having it. Someone wrote, who does he think he is? How can you make fun of an entire religion like this? All right, now following this antic, the rapper posted a TikTok of himself chowing down on a plate of communion. Flame, you know the comedy world. Do you think this is funny? Do you think this landed? What do you think about this? Or what do you think?
You know my problem with Lil Nas X with some of his antics, because his music was good, especially his first song, Old Town Road. But he didn't lead with gay. His talent got him to where he is. But then after he came out, which is what a lot of artists do, after they come out as gay or pansexual or bisexual, that is their lead. Gerard Carmichael was guilty of this exact same thing. Your talent got you to that plateau, but then everything is a gay lead. His music is good. He's a good artist. I don't think he has to do all this sensationalism. And it's so sacrilegious, I seen that picture and I was like, oh my God, are you worshiping God or the devil? I think he should rely on his talent and not all these pictures and all this foolishness. But sensationalism sells right now. So he's selling sensationalism. He's going to get crazy backlash.
Al, as our resident Christian here, what do these images what does it make you feel when you saw
Al
this?
is not a Christian.
I'm definitely a Christian, and I'm a God-fearing Christian. Let's be very clear about that. I don't joke. I don't joke about that on this show, Flame. But because Claudia,
that was a joke. Knock it off. I can see your cross. Knock it off.
I used to be beat up for this, but let me tell you something. I think we need to have a real conversation regarding Lil Nas X and his antics. Like, you can't say that you're going into your Christian gospel music era, but you're telling people in the media to shut the fuck up. You're also telling people just because you suck dick does not mean that you can't get on your knees to worship God, that you can get on your knees to worship that you can get on your knees for multiple reasons. These are things that he's saying, and plus making a video like that is just mockery at its finest, and it's silly. And I'm sorry, your music to me and the product that you're making is not good because you have to match every song with some type of shock value and crazy antic. That to me devalues your ability to make good music, son. And if you think I'm wrong, because I know you watch TGIF, Lil Nas X, because you're too nosy. And if you don't, one of your friends do, tell him this. If you think that you can sell an album or sell a single without the antics, then do it. Nicki Minaj is in her third week at #1. She had no real single, no official single, no official visual. Same thing with Beyonce and Renaissance, no official visual. Go without doing a visual, go without doing an antic, and see how you sell, son. And then we can have a conversation. And maybe you can come on the TGIF and tell me to shut the fuck up.
Oh, Al, that was so aggressive. I think I'm turned on, Al. I'm not gonna. But Lil Nas X is cute. Can we just say that he is a cutie to me? He's a cute guy.
He's
you don't
cute.
like him, Al?
He's cute, but his actions are dusty. Like, you don't need to do all this. And I'm sick of, and I'm not going to leave it to Lil Nas X so people can accuse me of some kind of homophobia, because it's not. I'm not here for the Kanye Wests. I'm not here for anybody that puts themselves on a cross to dare compare yourself to Jesus. Listen, I don't have to go to church all the time, but I have respect for the religion. And I just think it's whack. And I think it's a desperate, weak, lazy marketing ploy to get all the people riled up, and then just to be disappointed at the music. Because, like, have anyone heard the song? Has anyone heard the song that this visual?
Oh yeah, I actually heard it. I heard it.
You like it?
Listen, I can't get through the song because of the antics. The beat, he pays for great beats. He pays for good music. He makes good money. He's rich. He can get the best engineer to make anything sound, nice to listen to. But if there's a disconnect, because he doesn't sell me on the storytelling in the music. So therefore, it's a thumbs down for me.
And you're all over the place. It was just Halloween that we reported here on TGIF that he went out as a bloody woman's tampon, and now here you are on the cross. It's giving.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes, he was
dressed up as a huge.
See, I blame Lady Gaga for all that. After that meat dress, everybody just went crazy. Let me just think it. Hell.
This is one time that I have to agree with Tyrese. Tyrese said, and I quote, "Stop playing with Jesus. This is not the person that you want to play with in your career." 100% Tyrese.
Right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. All right. Kelly Price revealed on social media that she was the only judge on BET's Sunday Best who wasn't messing with somebody else's spouse. Did you hear me? The only one that was not messing with somebody else's spouse. Now, she alleges that her fellow judges had affairs and had inappropriate relationships with underage children. Kelly also claims that a preacher even tried to get in bed with her. All right, what do y'all think about Kelly Price spilling the tea? I know she still ain't told us where she was during that week, but she telling us about these preachers. Al, what you think?
You want to know what I think, Claudia? I don't think you know what I think. This is what I think. We're going to do this in 2024, Miss Kelly Price, and everybody else out there that's listening. We're going to put a name on it. We're going to require people to put a name on these accusations. I am no longer interested in hearing about so-and-so did that, so-and-so did this. This is what I experienced. If you can't put a name on it and tell us who it was, can you please be quiet? I'm sick of this. Like, everybody's throwing this bait out here to get attention, to get on the blogs and to start a quote, a conversation. Okay, I'm tired of people putting 1 foot in the pool and 1 foot out. Either get in the pool or get out the pool. Tell us the name of the people that you are referencing. And that's what I would like to see in 2024. I don't want to see a litany of people's experience. You have people's lives that you are putting at jeopardy. You have people's families that you're putting at jeopardy with this reckless type of talk. And it's simply not cool. And I'm going to repeat, either put a name on it or be quiet.
Well, that happens a lot. And Kelly was responding to people in her chat or in her comments that were coming for her neck. But I hear you. And especially, you know what I will agree with you on, Al? The part about messing with underage boys. Now, when you see a crime going down and molestation, I think it's imperative that you speak up because that's the well-being of someone's child. Flame, what are your thoughts?
That's number 2. Baby, let me tell you something. The church has always been a mess. Black, Catholic, Church of God in Christ. There are a lot of predators in church. But people behind the cloth are only man or woman. We put them in high regard and hold them in high self-esteem, but they still have human feelings, human emotions. Now, I'm not with the pedophilia stuff, messing with no kids, but when they getting their freak on, everybody used to always say when I was growing up, if you want to find the freakiest girls, you go to church on Sunday because they club on Saturday night and they get down with you on the pulpit on Sunday morning. So I'm just saying, it hasn't changed in all these years, but pedophilia and messing with all these children has come from the Catholic Church to the Black Church, and everybody getting their freak on, baby. Look, I'm doing a cross, but they crossing it out, baby, because they getting it in.
you know, we're kind of giving Kelly the smoke, but Baby D said Kelly did put a name on it. In fact, she mentioned 3 of them. Brian Smith said Kelly.
Who were the 3?
Eric and Jonathan straight under the bus.
Look at Al trying to get the dirt.
I want to know, because she put a lot of names on it. She told us who the hosts were at that time, but did she say who was doing what?
Right.
That's a difference.
Kelly Price, if you're watching, we'd love to have you on and give us the exclusive here at TJF. I think that would be a great place to do it.
Oh my God, the smoke.
All right, coming up next, Kanye West and his wife are back with their antics. And later, find out what we would do in crazy situations. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome inside the black box.
So you guys ready to have some fun?
Forget the acting studio. I'm here with you guys.
Creativity will find its way. It doesn't matter what the ethnicity is.
Television and movies are the mediums of stereotypes.
Just because we all have the same color don't mean we have the same experience.
Your uniqueness is your greatness.
Welcome inside the black box.
Every Monday on Fox Soul.
Scene 103, take 1.
I thought we'd be on the same page about this, and we're not.
How do I know the way I'm going to respond to it?
I want you to get the vaccine because I want you to be safe.
What if you end up in the hospital? That's what I'm scared of.
If you was to die, man, that would literally kill me, man.
Can I hug you?
Yes. If it made you feel that way, bro, I'll probably do. I love you too.
What's going on, Claudia?
I'm in the White House, and if I'm not on the show tomorrow, then something happened.
You in prison.
TGIF.
Listen to what you just said. You are broadcasting your show from the White House. If that is not the hope and the dream of the slave, then I do not know what is.
Live and interactive.
I just met the White House press secretary, and she knows me, and I think she knows me from T. I said, I have to go broadcast. She goes, oh, that's right, you're live. And I'm like, you know about us.
On Fox.
We got a few new phrases the kids are out there saying, and I want you to tell us what you think they mean.
McMillan and Mara.
Donald Duckin.
I went to graduate school.
Every Thursday.
To avoid terms like this.
And this is what my life has come to.
All right, next one. Cambridge. Okay, Mr. Harvard. Proxy beef.
Oh, I know what this is. This is when you don't have a problem directly with the person.
How did you know this?
Because I speak English. Proxy.
Welcome back to TGIF. I hope you have a drink with us and sipping the tea and sipping your drink as we are going through these topics. We're having a good time. We have a special guest host in the building with us this week, Flame Monroe. Thank you once again for being here. And of course, our very own Al Reynolds. Let's get into this Kanye West. Kanye West and his wife, Bianca Censori, aka Kim 2.0, were spotted in Las Vegas. Bianca was barefoot and wearing a very small micro bikini top that barely covered her nipples, and she has really big boobs. It looked trifling to me. Do you think Kanye is making a mockery of this woman? And what do y'all think about this? Like, I feel like she's on some, I need to be like, blink twice if you need to get out of this. It doesn't look like she's ever happy. Like, it doesn't look good. Flame, what do you think about this? And could you be in that position with Kanye West?
Listen, Kanye got the big dollars. Give me that titty top. Let me put it on. I got the titties for it.
First of all,
I saw that. It looked like 2 Band-Aids over her. But, Kanye is still trying to fill the void. I do believe that he is still madly in love with Kim Kardashian. I believe that. And so it's hard to get over love. Love is a mini splendor thing. And he is looking for somebody or something to fill that void. I don't know if she's in any crisis or anything, because she looks like a free spirit. She looks like she can run off at any time. So I don't think he's holding her against her will. She's just his wife, and she's enjoying the perks of being Mrs. Kanye West.
Have you ever seen her smile, though? It doesn't, again, I'm an outsider looking and I don't know her. Never met her.
I think she smiles every time that count change. Every time she go to her banking app and that account changes.
But doesn't it have to be more than that, y'all? Can y'all really be happy? I know we joke about it all the time, but can you really be happy with just someone that's rich when you're barefoot in a hotel in Vegas in the winter with your titties out? Al, what do you think? Do you think
I think if you look at this particular video right here, Claudia, she's smiling. Look at her. She's very happy. She's very happy to be that ridiculous looking. I think we need to stop pretending like she's sexy. There's nothing sexy about those. And I said it last week and I'll say it again. And to all the women with saggy breasts, that's fine. I'm not body shaming anybody, but her breasts are down to her knees and it's not sexy. And the reason why I say that is because he's trying to parade her around as if she's some type of sex puss. I don't think he's in love with Kim Kardashian. I think he loves his kids. I think he's in love with that level of fame that him and Kim got. And I think this is an example of him still trying to chase it through these antics and attention seeking and headline grabbing type of stuff by doing this. When you can't get it one way because of the woman you with, you then create another woman and you make her walk around and she looks like that. Production, put that picture back up. It's starting to concern me and I'm starting to get worried, not just about her because she's a grown woman and she knows what he's doing. I'm concerned about him. It completely contradicts everything that he says Wednesday to Sunday, and especially when he's on his holy roller level. And can we please, on this show, I'm just asking production, I don't care what I got to do. Let me talk to Joyce, Justin, whoever. Can we put a pause on this couple? Because they are really ruining my top of my 2024 when I wanted to clean house and pretend like none of this crap existed.
Al, I'm highly offended about a statement that you made when you said about women with saggy breasts. The Bible says they fall by the wayside. If I took this bra off right now, man, it's on my hips. Don't do that.
I just like I said, Flame. I said I'm not body shaming at all. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just her parading her around with her breasts like that. It's just not attractive to me. Let me rephrase that. It's just not attractive to me. And it's also derogatory. There are kids around there. There are underage people around there. I just don't like how they're like just going through, communities and stores and thinking that this is sexy and cute, because it's not. I
want to call it the hypocrisy that is Kanye West, because part of your biggest complaints about Kim on your way out was about wanting your wife to not look like a whore and wanting her to be classy and all this stuff, only for you to replace her with a Kim Kardashian light who has lower boobs and a higher tolerance for the BS. That's what you got in this one. She has less currency to stand her ground and speak up on anything. I feel like she looks like she's being held captive. She looks miserable. The vibes I get from them is not like a couple when they fun and you just want to be a part of it. You like, man, they look so happy. They inspire me. I want to love like that. When I see them, it just gives tragic. It gives desperate. And while we're talking about her boobs, let's get production to roll that video back. Let's take a look and not take away any smoke for Kanye West, because his titties is about as big as her titties. If we're being honest about everything. Look at Kanye West. He's let himself fall off. Look how sloppy.
Right. Oh.
I used to be
a B cup right there.
I used to be that size.
That's a big up. Let me ask you though, Flame, you have 3 kids, right?
Yes. Today is my son's birthday, Al.
Oh, that's right. He's 21. Congratulations.
I got a 21-year-old.
A 21-year-old. That's right. Congratulations. What's his name?
Jamarcus.
Jamarcus, happy birthday from everyone here at Fox Soul. But let me ask you this, Flame. You got 3 kids. Doesn't he have 3 or 4 kids? 2 of them are girls. What does this say to his kids? What does this say to his kids, him parading this woman cadly dressed like this? Like, what does it say to his kids? And is that something to be concerned about or not if you were a parent?
Well, as a parent, yes, it does send the wrong message. But I'm not rich like Kanye. But that's a whole different level of rich. And rich people have rich people problems, and they do all those kind of things. If it's acceptable to him, his wife, and him and his children with Kim Kardashian, it's acceptable to us. We can't even judge that, especially if you don't have children. Everybody who don't have children always have something to say about people who have children, but you really have to have your own children to understand the level of love that you will look at your child and see your own eyes back looking at you. It's different, but as a parent, I don't even like to walk around my kids in drag. I don't like, they know when I'm getting in drag, I'm going to work. But like tonight, I had my son helping me to set up, and I had my boobs up, but I had the shirt pulled way up here because I just didn't want to make my 21-year-old son uncomfortable. I'm still his dad.
So let me ask this. You're right.
It's a good conversation.
Al and I are not parents. We don't have kids. We can just speak about hypothetically speaking, but you are in fact a parent. So
yes, I am.
How would you feel, okay, if your children and they were underage and they would see your exes with their new partner and your ex had their new partner around, titties barely being covered? Would that would you care? Would that, I'm talking about 7, 8, 9-year-old children. Would you care that your ex, the co-parent of your kids, had their new partner around your kids like that? Would that be an issue or would it not be an issue?
Absolutely. And if you've ever been on my coffee time in the morning when my daughter walks around with her little sports bra on, I raise hell because I'm your dad. You will respect me as a woman, as a little girl, because you're going to grow up to be a woman. You're going to respect me as your dad. You cover yourself up. I don't need to see your body. I raised you. I took care of my children their entire lives, but I will not let you walk around me because if I'm not disrespecting you as a dad in the home, you're not going to be able to disrespect me as a daughter in the home. And my baby mama has a girlfriend who's a little ratchet, but my children will say the same thing to her. My dad wouldn't approve of that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That she walked around with, because I think she was a pole dancer, so she would walk around the house. I'm like, you ain't at work. Put your damn clothes on in front of my daughters. You're not at work.
The last relationship I had that with the man that had kids, I was extra I have sexies up on my page, but it's still pretty classy. But even that level of sexiness, I'm not going to be like that around the kids because I want them to see me as maybe a potential stepmother or an example of class. Because how can you listen to anything I have to say after that? Not that they're listening to me for discipline, but just kind of I want them to look at me in a respectful way. And I don't think having your titties out like that and being barefoot in public. First of all, I think people that go barefoot in public are nasty anyways. Like, what are we doing?
Well, that's Vegas. They get out in Vegas. You see everything walking through Vegas. So, yeah, I think I'm going over there tomorrow. Why not? What the hell? Let me just let it all hang out.
All right. Well, Chad Ochocinco Johnson revealed that he and his fiance keep a sex schedule on the refrigerator. Have y'all ever had to get to a point, right, where you have a schedule? And doesn't that take the romance out of it if you got to schedule it? Al, I know you big on sex and you are a sex guy. So have you ever had to okay, listen, we're not doing it enough. We got to put it on the schedule. Does it take the fun out of it or no?
I think it depends on who.
Damn, Al, he got the giggles. Al got the giggles.
Let me straighten up here. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with a sex schedule. And therapists say that it's very healthy for you to have a sex schedule, especially if you're 2 working people, you have busy lives, the mother being a mother, the father out, working. They say that allegedly it's supposed to bring greater levels of marital satisfaction. It's supposed to decrease the amount of infidelity in a relationship, if that's a possibility. It's supposed to offer more stability for the woman. The woman feels comfortable and loved and appreciated more if you make sure that you do a sex schedule with her. And the modern version of this, they call date night. So I get it. I'm not mad at it. I tell you what, though, I wouldn't need a sex schedule with Ocho, though. Sorry. And I'm just keeping it real. You would not have to put me on a schedule with him or his wife. Both of them are beautiful. But maybe because they got a newborn, Maybe because he's super busy because he travels a lot and he's on that new podcast with Shannon Sharp.
He said because he has kids at sometimes. But Al, so if Ocho Cinco is watching right now, right? What would you say to Ocho Cinco if he was
You love this type of stuff.
I do.
You know, I don't have any problem giving a man his props. He's a very attractive man, and I would not think that there would need to be a schedule but I do understand why wives and husbands are asking for a schedule, especially with two people like them with a newborn and his busy schedule. You kind of have to schedule it, because I tell you this, if she's not scheduling it with him, I promise you other women are very eager to schedule it for him.
I think in the introduction of it, it sounds very unromantic, like, a sex schedule, you have to do it but if you care about maintaining the spice in your relationship, that's to me is people that are like, I'm making sure we still get it in and don't fall by the wayside. Because how many times I have married friends that they'd be like, we haven't done it in 3 years. And it started with 2 weeks, which led to 2 months. And then before you knew it, no one made it a priority. Flame, have you ever had a scheduled sex? I'm with you.
Absolutely not. I'm an old 70s queen. Let me tell you something. It sounds weird and weak to me because I don't know men that have schedules. Well, so when a man wants it, you could be cooking dinner. He going to come to the stove and get it from the back. You could be washing dishes. I don't get that from that's these new age brothers. You know, I don't understand that, because when you're attracted to a person, how many times, and none of us are married, so we can't say about the married part or what it does to your sex life. But how many of you been in a relationship and your partner was cooking or something and they come back and rub you on the ass or tap you on the shoulder? That is a turn on, and that is excitement, and it's spontaneity. You can jump into it right then and there. If you go in the bathroom, if you go in the closet because the children are home. So I don't know. It sounds weird and weak to me. I don't know men that set up schedule. You can't tell your penis when to jump up and jump down at a certain age. So I think when it's there and the timing is right, I say go in like a missile. That sounds weird to me, and it sounds very weak. And I watched that interview with him and Shannon Sharp, and Shannon Sharp say, all I got to do is be naked. That was it. See, I'm very Shannon Sharp. All I got to do is be naked.
So you're in a relationship, Flame. So do you have a lot of sex in your relationship?
Daily.
Really? Did you have sex today yet, or is it later on tonight?
It's always in the evening and early morning. But now, out of the week, we may have sex, honestly, 6 times.
Really?
Well, I'm very satisfied, and so is my partner. and we like each other. We like having sex with each other. We do. That is very important. A lot of people do it because it's emotion that you have to go through because you're married or whatever. But we like having sex with each other.
That's why you always get that good laugh on you. Always happy. There it is.
But that first story was personal for Al. Did you see how Al fell out laughing, put his head down? Oh, Al, tell it. Tell it, Al. Tell it.
All right, y'all, keep it live, because coming up next, we find out what we would do in crazy situations. And later, a teacher makes a list of prohibited words for her students. I want to get your take on this and see if you think it's ridiculous or not. We'll be right back.
What's going on, Claudia?
I'm in the White House, and if I'm not on the show tomorrow, then something happened.
You in prison.
TGIF.
Listen to what you just said. You are broadcasting your show from the White House. If that is not the hope and the dream of the slaves, then I do not know what is.
Live and interactive.
I just met the White House press secretary, and she knows me, and I think she knows me from T. I said, I have to go broadcast. She goes, oh, that's right, you're live. And I'm like, you know about us.
On Fox Soul.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me
Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
Welcome back to the show. Damn, I just had somebody crash my show. All right.
That's your boo. Cut it out.
Just rolled up and I got the code in my house, just rolled up in the house. All right, y'all. All right, soulmates, have y'all ever
Look
thought
at that
about
smile.
I know, right?
Look at that smile.
Can I see the schedule, please?
Right. We want to see the visual.
Nothing.
Right.
Should I put you on the schedule? Hello. Look at him laughing behind the glass.
You said yes?
He said, put me on the schedule. All right, soulmates, have you ever thought about how you would handle yourselves if you were placed in the middle of an unexpected situation like I was just placed in just now? All right, y'all, we'd like y'all to chime in on a fun segment called hashtag WWYD. What would you do? All right, y'all. Check out this tweet by Ari Fletcher.
Tickle? Oh my God.
I'm tickled. I've been drinking Fireball, and then that happened. So I don't know what's gonna happen today. All right.
They're going to church finger. I know what's happening.
All right. It says it's so weird blocking people and not cursing them out instead. All right, are y'all team block their ass or team curse their ass out? Al, what you gonna do?
I'm team blocking them. I'm too old, man. I'm a man of a certain age. I just find it, the back and forth online, I just find it petty and immature, and it's childish, and at best, you're not protecting your mental health. Like, block them, get them off your page, get them off from talking to you, getting underneath your skin. I got better things to do. I got an eyeline brand to build. Ooh, y'all like my glasses? I'm trying to do buttery Chardonnay line. I have a new auctioneer company. So I got too many grown man things to do than worried about what somebody's saying to me on the internet.
Okay, Flame, block or cuss?
I'm team cuss you out and then block you because I'm going to get my lick back. Wait until Thursday. I am team cuss your ass out and then block you because I am the tortoise in the race. The hare never won, but he got there faster. I'm with Al. I'm going to say what I got to say because it's going to make me feel bad. I don't carry around all that BS. And then I'm going to block you because I'm not going to invite that BS into my DNA.
I do a little bit of both. I mean, ain't no secret that I definitely be responding or reading comments. And for the most part, I'll just be like, delete, delete, delete. But I ain't gonna lie. For every 10 I delete, there'll be one I'm like, you know what? It's time to make an example out of one of these bastards that kind of want to, try to come for me. Because I'm human. And I'm never going to act like nothing bothers me. I'm above everything because I'm not. Like, sometimes things bother me. I'm human and I will have an emotional reaction. For the most part, I usually ignore and then just let my success speak for itself. And sometimes I don't even block them so I can let them see what I got going on over here and how it ain't nothing stopping. So, a lot of times the people that be hating on you the most and talking the most crap all over your page are your biggest watchers and viewers. So there's that. All right, on a similar topic, it's if your longtime partner asks you for a threesome, like out of the blue, would y'all be offended by it? Or would you consider it? Now, I know the panel that I have here with me today, so I don't even know why this is even a goddamn question.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? I'm offended at best.
Whores.
I'm offended at best. I am not a whore.
Oh my God, Al,
I'm single and I'm active. Let me tell you something. I will say this though. I don't know about Flame, but threesomes are tricky. You got to be really with two other mature people for that to work out the way it's supposed to be, and especially depending on the dynamic. Because having two women and two men, those are two different dynamics, and you just got to be with some mature people in order to pull it off without somebody feeling left out or somebody feeling neglected, especially if you're in a relationship. You got to always make sure your partner is number one in that threesome and felt comfortable, safe, and most appreciated. Now, I personally don't do them anymore because it's more havoc than it is fun. However, if you're in another country, or like on the water in a yacht in the south of France or the south of Italy, and it's a one-off and that person's going to go on and do, I'm all down for that type of stuff. But relationship close to where I live, I may see the person again, It's going to take some good coordination and a lot of maturity.
Okay. Flame, threesome or not?
I'm completely with it. Oh my God. Let me tell you the difference between threesomes in your 20s and in your 50s. In your 20s, you were supporting cast, and in your 50s, you were Tyler Perry or Steven Spielberg. You directed everything. I had a threesome about 6 years ago. I was dealing with an FM, which is a female to male, and his girlfriend came in while we were in the action. The girlfriend said, I'm not mad that I caught y'all. I'm mad that I wasn't invited. I pulled the covers back and say, the door is open. We had party, hardy, marty. Oh my God. I'm with it. I think it, especially if we're not in a relationship, I never want to deprive myself of feeling what I want to feel. And this was a feminine girl, the girlfriend was. She was as beautiful as you, Claudia. And that's not really my attraction because I like the masculinity of a trans man. But listen, I had an edible. The mood was right. The music was right. She was tight. And I was all right, baby. It was wonderful to me. Come on, let's do it again.
How many threesomes have you had, Flame?
I couldn't count, girl, on 2 hands. On 3 hands. I couldn't count it.
Al, do you know how many threesomes you've had?
Which country?
Right. I don't know. I don't know.
I've never had one. I talk trash about it. I'm like, oh, we can do this, but I've never actually done it. So I'm just curious about
Live a little, Claudia. Live a little.
Yeah, maybe you should
Drink
try
some more
it.
than Fireball. Drink some more than
Spice
Fireball.
it up while you're single.
All right. You never know. All right. A prison went viral after showing off the sex toy invention that he made for fellow prisoners. The sex toy included 2 water balloons tied together to make it the shape of a butt, and he also had a black one for folks that want a black ass, and he got the blue ass. You know, if you were in need and you were, you know, hey, would you use one of these sex toys if you were in prison? Flame, let's go to you. I don't even know why I'm asking y'all these questions tonight. What do you think?
First of all, I was in prison, but only for 46 days. No, I wouldn't use a sex. That would, girl, you can't even find it on the internet. So before y'all get to searching soulmate, you won't find it. It was before Jesus. No, I'm not into sex.
What did you do? Wait, Oh. What did you? No, forget the story. What did you do?
I got caught. Anyway, I'm not into sex toys, but I got a friend who just bought a sex doll. He's a 36-year-old virgin, and he just bought it, and he bought condoms. So I asked him, why are you buying condoms? He said, for my sex doll. I said, you using condoms? So that's plastic and plastic. I said, do you love it? He says, I gave it a name. The name is Claudia. I'm not making this up, Claudia. The sex doll's name is Claudia. I made it.
No, you
that made my night.
Knock it off.
Claudia's a sex worker now. Oh my God, Flame.
And this is the real thing. I like
you earned your seat tonight, baby.
Right? Al, are you going to use this little contraption? And I don't believe that for 1 second, Flame. You lying.
Oh, that is hilarious. You know, I got a confession. I got a confession, actually. When I was coming into age and trying to figure all the sex stuff out, I actually did this. I think I was maybe like 12. I know I was before I turned 13.
You had sex with balloons like this?
I did. At that point, I was sticking anywhere that looked like a booty. So, you know what I mean? Like, I remember blowing up balloons, and I remember, like, hunching on them. I do. I gotta say.
It don't pop? Like, it don't pop?
No. I mean, it never. I was young.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
Did you just say hunch? Ooh, that's 70s. That's 80s. That's early 80s.
Listen, I was born in the 70s, so yeah. It's so funny because when I read the story, I was like, oh shoot, I've actually done that. So yeah, but I didn't put water in it. I put air.
So we got one of y'all had sex with some balloons with some air in it, and Flame claiming that one of her friends got a sex doll that has a plastic doll with my name on that he screwed.
And he bought condoms for it. So at least he's practicing safe sex with you, Claudia. He's practicing safe sex with you.
You know what? I'm going to commercial. I'm going to tell myself to go on to the next thing, Claudia. Coming up, a teacher makes a list for prohibited words by her students. Stay tuned. And sex needs to be on the list with this goddamn show and this cast. Y'all some freaks. We'll be back.
Scene 1 of 3, take 1.
I thought we'd be on the same page about this, and we're not.
How do I know the way I'm going to respond to it?
I want you to get the vaccine because I want you to be safe.
What if you end up in the hospital? That's what I'm scared of.
If you was to die, man, that would literally kill me, man.
I hug you.
Yeah. If it made you feel that way, bro, I'll probably do. I love you, man. I love you too.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Welcome back to TGIF. Real quick before we go to this last story, I just want to just say, doing a show like this is very difficult. We had the same crew and cast, which we love for over 3 years. And Flame and I and Al and Flame have never met. So we're doing this by the seat of our pants. We're trying our best. And I think tonight we've had some fantastic chemistry and some great moments, and we've never met. So I just want to give y'all your props, Al and Flame, for powering through. It's difficult times. Of course, we loved what we had, but we have to move on. And I want to say thank you to the two of you for powering through under weird, uncomfortable situations and circumstances. And y'all are both being extremely professional. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Al. Me and Al going to hang out together.
Monday,
All
right?
I want to know is who's going to be doing the bending.
Ooh.
Oh, Claudia. Al is a gay man. Gay men don't like trans women like that.
I'm not gay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's bisexual.
Yeah,
okay. You know,
how much is it? Look, he's bisexual. How much?
Okay, we're going to move on. Check out what happened when a woman's husband refused to pick up the dinner for all of her friends. Watch this clip.
Oh, no. I don't want to can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate cake. Dave, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate cakes? It's all women here. We got a check.
But I'm not responsible for paying everybody.
All right, y'all. This was all over social media. So who exactly was in the wrong? What y'all think? Who want to go first on this one?
I'll jump in here. Listen, okay. I feel like we've done this story before, but we'll do it again. He said who he was paying for. He made it very clear who he was covering. And for any woman at that table who says that he has to pay a $700 tab just because she's a woman, that's where the disconnect was for me. You don't know what's going on in that man's life, and you also don't know what his wife told him before the night's dinner. She may have said, listen, they're going to try to get you to pay. You just pay for me, mine, and the girl whose birthday it is. I'm not mad at him. I really feel like anybody that attacks him for this, they're the ones that are in the wrong.
All right, Flame, what are your thoughts?
Listen, you can't have it both ways. Women want equal rights. I'm an independent woman. I can do it my own thing. First of all, I have a huge pet peeve about separate checks, a whole bunch of different checks. I would rather just pull my American Express card and pay for everything, and then we divvy it up later. But I'm with him. I wouldn't have paid either. Listen, we came to dinner. It's her birthday. I don't know if the rules were established before, but if we ain't getting it in, I'm not paying for nobody but the person I'm getting it in with, and maybe the birthday girl. So I understand what he was saying. If you ain't giving me something in behind, I need some dessert. And not on
Did you say behind?
Not that kind of behind.
Here we go.
You said if you ain't giving me something behind.
Yes, listen. Listen, if I pay for it, I want it. Ain't that what Cher doing? And if I pay for it, I agree. I don't think he should have paid.
I'm gonna say this, ladies, stop being raggedy like this. I will never just ride with y'all just because you're women. I think this is very whack and it's giving very struggle and very dating or just going to dinner just to get taken care of. It is not your birthday. It is the birthday girl's. Actually, the classy thing is everyone at the table puts in extra for the birthday girl.
Yeah.
And just because a husband is there, he is responsible for his wife and his podcast host that he said. And I think this is very raggedy. I feel like it's staged because they recorded it, but no, ladies, no. And stop thinking you get your food paid for off of somebody else's birthday. It's when it's your birthday, you get your food. All right, I want to thank my fantastic co-hosts, Al Reynolds and Flame Monroe.
Hey, thank you.
You did awesome, of course. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. Please watch the replay tomorrow. Stay tuned for Fox Soul Face Off, and we will see you back here tomorrow. I wonder what color hair Flame's gonna have. We're gonna find out tomorrow. We'll see you. Good night, everybody. Bye, y'all.
Have a good night, soulmates.
Good night.